What's up? Imagine that you wake up one day and you are just surrounded by the most amazing people out there, and you just can't wait to send all of them a text of how grateful you are that you have them in your life, how much they've supported you, how much they've guided you. If this feels like this is something completely out of reach, in this video I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into the ideas of the social health framework that I've described in other videos before. And more specifically, I'll go into the self part, the confidence part of this video. But by the way, if you don't know me, hi, my name is Ondra. I've been helping people with their social health for about 5 years now. I've worked with people age ranging from 16 all the way to early 50s. And so I've seen a lot of this to be able to deconstruct a lot of the social health ideas and how to develop these amazing social lives, even when you're socially anxious and completely lonely. And nowadays I work with adults who are who work from home and struggle with finding friends and building confidence. So that's exactly what I do, but I wasn't always like this, right? I used to have severe social anxiety myself. My social health was absolutely awful. I hated myself, I hated everybody around me. And when I was 13, I had to Google how to be happy, how to make friends, how to be confident, because I was just so lost in life, right? So that's where I'm coming from. And so if you've known about the social health framework a little bit, one of the key parts under the confidence part is self-love, right? Self-love. And by the way, I believe that if you want to create amazing, fulfilling relationships with others, you have to start with the relationship that you have with yourself. And a lot of the times that's the mistake that people make, like, oh my God, I don't have any friends, let me try and go out and make friends. And they forget about, are you your best friend first? If not, then you're gonna attract other people who are not gonna be your best friends, right? And the depth isn't gonna be there. The relationship with others is all about the depth. Nothing else really matters as much as depth. But I wanna talk about the self-love part in this video, and in other videos I'll talk about the other parts, which are social habits, or let me just put habits, social habits, and then social skills, right? Those are less important parts. So the self-love is really, really important. So let me just walk you through what I've done and what's helped me the most when it came to building my own self-love so that I could improve my social health as a whole. So when I was being bullied in school and I was being yelled at home, I felt like everybody's out to get me. And I started really hating myself because I couldn't stand up for myself, and I was really weak and I was very shy. And so one of the first things that I figured out is like, oh wait, I am actually really shy and weak. And so I have to do something about this. Nobody else is gonna do something about this. I have to do something about it. And that was the first step for me towards more self-love, because now I started taking care of myself. I started caring for myself. I said, okay, I'm going to do something that's gonna improve my life. That's an act of self-love. And I started researching and discovering things. And so one of the things that I discovered, and it was the most powerful idea of all, was the confidence building habit. Confidence building habit, CBH, I like to call it. And for me, that was running. I literally started waking up at 5 a.m. before school to go for a run. And my mom told me I'm crazy. Everybody thought, people laughed at me in school when they finally found out. But it was my confidence building habit. It was a gift that I gave to myself, even though sometimes it was really difficult and sometimes I didn't want to do it. It was a gift that I gave to myself to become stronger physically and mentally and build more confidence. Hence, confidence building habit, right? And that was the first step. Second step that I did that really helped me a lot was doing more internal work, and especially was acceptance, and a very important part here, acceptance and forgiveness. And I did this in the forms of journaling, in the form of meditations, and really accepting where I am and who I am at that specific time, and also forgiving myself for not doing enough, or feeling like an imposter, or being too weak and letting other people bully me, and forgiving other people and forgiving other family members and forgiving the world, right? And step number 3 was creating who I wanted to be. And that's the most important part, who you want to be, right? We always hear this idea, we always hear this advice of, hey, just be yourself and it will all work out. Just be yourself and you'll find friends. Just be yourself and people will resonate with you. I don't agree. And I definitely didn't agree back then, because who I was, I absolutely hated. So when people told me, hey, just be yourself, I said, I fucking hate myself. I don't want to be myself anymore. Okay, so I figured out this new way, and I wasn't able to put the words on it this way back then, but I can now. I figured out that I want to become who I want to be, and I started to try to be who I wanted to be rather than who I was. Who I was a small and shy kid who couldn't speak up for himself. Who I wanted to be was the strong, independent, powerful leader who's gonna stand up for himself and stand up for others. And that's what I started doing. That's how I started to show up. And guess what? I started actually becoming that kind of person, right? Another thing, I wasn't disciplined almost at all, but I wanted to become more disciplined. So I started running in the mornings, right? With the confidence building habit, and I started to become more of who I wanted to be. I started to show up more as who I wanted to be, not who I was. And that was the biggest act of self-love, I believe, that I could have given myself, because I, again, myself the gift of growth, gave myself the gift of development, and not for other people, right? I wasn't trying to become who other people wanted me to be. I was becoming the person who I wanted to be. Everybody said that I'm crazy for running in the mornings. I did it anyways. Everybody said that I'm crazy for dropping out of school and starting a business. I did it anyways, because I wasn't trying to become who other people wanted me to become. I was trying to become who I wanted to become. And that was core pillar that helped me really take my confidence and my self-love to a whole new level, and that unlocked the other parts of my social health to where now I couldn't be more grateful and couldn't be more happy about who are the people that I have around me, all my amazing friends, my amazing roommates, my amazing fiance. It's all absolutely amazing. And this is the beginning, this is why. So I hope that this makes sense to you. I hope you take this in and hope you implement this. And if you want more help with me personally, just find the link under this video, book a call with me, and let's do this. I'll help you install your new operating system and help you become who you want to be and build the most amazing social health that maybe you can't even imagine yet. Cheers.